Excuse me. Okay. Let's see. I am going to post our animal's lovely name on into the chat so that people can see it. Maybe I am anyway. I am here. I ran into a problem. That is our animal's name. I'm going to do one other thing. Hi, my fave color is blue. How are you? Hi, Cohen and Wright 22. Tonight we are talking about a little guy, not very big, by the name of the Rondo Dwarf Galago. Now, this is a primate, a lesser primate, sort of on the same vein of like a Tasher and a bush baby. Yeah. In fact, that's another name for it is the Rondo Dwarf or Rondo bush baby, something like that. These guys, their status is endangered. The population trend is for more decreases in population, which really stinks. By the way, I hope everybody is having a terrific Thursday. Oh no! Is live still active? Yeah, guys, I don't give out my age. Or my gender, sorry. If you can't tell by looking, that's an issue. Not my issue. Number of mature individuals on this is anyone's guess. However, its population is severely fragmented. This animal is native to Tanzania. It weighs around 60 grams or 21 ounces. Not punches. Clearly, I don't know how to spell. I don't know where it got punches when it should be ounces. At the longest, they are 13.7 centimeters long or 5.3 inches. Adam Bearden, I don't give out my age. I am, however, probably older than you. Thank you for this for the subscription. They are nocturnal and they spend a lot of their time up in the trees, up in the canopy where they have their nest. They give birth to 1 or 2 offspring per year. Now, usually, when I do these, I like to mention where, if any place you can see these animals. Sadly, no zoos have them. He. You can't tell any detail about it, not even your favorite color. I don't give out favorite color, but I'm in my 50s. Not that that matters, because it has nothing to do with the topic at hand. I will answer other questions after we get through with my topic. But you have to stick around for that. Otherwise, any more questions that are off topic will be ignored until after the live. Until after I'm done with my stuff. Their main threat is habitat degradation and habitat destruction of the Tanzania coastal forest. They also suffer from development and agriculture, which can be tied into the habitat destruction. I don't know what you mean by humans. The mining and logging industry also has their hands in the destruction of this animal's coastal forest, as well as climate change seems to be an issue as well. Maybe in forest. I mean, maybe in drought or coastal flooding. I don't know. The good news is, though, that they are not hunted. So that's good news. People don't hunt this animal. They are protected where they live, and there are educational programs in action. They are also listed on CITES, which means that they are illegal to import or export, dead or alive. So that is the good news there. I said hi, Cohen, Enright 22. I said hi. Who's Simon or Simeon? Simeon? Now, because that was a short one, really short. I usually have 2, but I don't know. If you have questions for me, now is the time you can ask. Yeah, simians are in that group. These, however, are not a monkey. These are a primate, but they're a lesser primate. And there are other kinds of Galagos. See if I can find a picture that isn't going to get me in trouble for sharing it. What does synonym have to do with anything? Those would be mandrills. Or some other along those lines. A simian is okay, I don't have pictures, but guys, if you're posting and you're spamming with the emojis, I'm going to ask you to stop and actually type. So simians are usually monkeys or apes. They're not lesser primates. If that answers your question. Coming up, for those of you that actually follow me, we have a bunch of stuff coming up. All monkeys and all apes are simians. Cohen, I asked you to stop posting the emojis. If you keep posting the emojis, you're going to be timed out. So our next live is going to be paired up with something, I promise. It is the Andean flamingo. Well, so the Galago is looks like a bush baby, but simians are anything that is ape or monkey. They're not typically, oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Cat's Eye Lover. Thank you. We are going to be doing Andean Flamingo next week. And then on the 27th, we are doing Cotton Patch Goose, Endangered Barnyard. And then we have 3 weeks in December for some reason. Probably because, if I had to guess, Christmas. And I am going to start doing shorts again on this channel, as well as videos again. Those have been a little bit lax lately. So if you have other questions for me that you would like answered, now you can ask. Our poll right now, my poll right now is at 79% and 21%, which is cool. We're gonna start doing some questions, I think. Cancel that. My favorite animal? I don't have one. Everybody asks that, but I don't have one. I have lots of favorites. Lots and lots of favorites. So if you're asking for my favorite animal, you're not going to get an answer. Green and Barbary lion. You're not going to get a straight answer because I like all animals. What did I do? Not come into YouTube on this channel? No, I did. I do like ice cream. And I don't know what my favorite flavor is. Maybe chocolate swirl? I don't know. I'd love to have I wish somebody would do pistachio ice cream. That sounds so good. Yeah, but I've never seen it. I've seen it with, like, not Neapolitan, but what's the other one? Oh, I can't think of what it's called. I can't think of what it's called. It's not Neapolitan, it's the other one. And I can't think of what it's called, but they have it in that, but I've never seen it. Oh, but that sounds expensive. Maybe I'll have to see if I can find it. One of my favorite stores around this time of year, they bring out eggnog flavored ice cream. It is so good. Cookie dough is okay. My problem is chocolate. The chocolates that they put in the ice cream don't jive with me. Hi, Monkey D. God. Conan, you're doing it again. You're going to be timed out. This is your final warning. The next time it's a timeout. I think this spring, the youth group at church that I work with, we're gonna do plastic baggy ice cream. But I don't know what, I don't know. It'll be based, I guess flavor will be based on toppings. And the amount of flavor that you really add to the milk and stuff is rather limited, so I won't have to worry about that. Ooh, that would be cool. If it's not complicated. Oh. Well, can you switch that up and do something else other than watermelon? Mm, yeah, that's a problem. I know you can take bananas. You can do something with bananas. Freeze them and blend them or freeze them and then blend them up and make ice cream. But they got to be really ripe in order to do it. Ooh. That's different. One of these days I want to do the ice cream bread recipe. Hi, Cohen. You should participate in the live. On my other channel, you're not asking questions. On my other channel, we have something. The coolest place I have ever been, probably Canada. It's a toss-up between Canada and San Francisco Bay. I'm a nature geek, so it sort of works its way in. I spent as a teenager a week camping in Canada on an island that was basically the size of an American football field, like NFL football field. And then it was rough camping. Like you dug your own latrine. You boiled your water for drinking. Um, we, and then out in San Francisco Bay, we were taking the ferry across, just sort of sightseeing, and we saw, or I saw, sea lions in the water, which was really cool. Um, so yeah, on the other channel, which is the Natureverse 4.7, I'm going to be doing a four, 9 to 12 hour live on the 22nd. I'm playing with one of my toys that my sister donated for my collection. The only problem is I don't think it works quite right. I think maybe it's broken. Lame. How is everybody? Any plans for the weekend? Anybody? Anybody celebrating Thanksgiving? Any plans for that? No? Okay. Whoops. I am walking literally 2 houses away for Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm going to play with some puppies. Well, they're not puppies anymore. Oh, 6 hours. That's a drive. And you're just going to go for dinner? Or do you stay, like, and visit for the night or something? Because that's a long drive just to go for dinner. 2 nights. Okay, that works. I go for the food and my brother's dogs because they're the best. The people I can see just about any other day, but the food is the best. Not as good as my grandma's, but it's the best. Aw, how old are your, well, I have great nieces now and a few great nephews. And then a lot of my nieces and nephews are now adults. Oh, okay. Nice. Those are good ages, I feel like. I'm trying to think of my oldest great nephew is 18. No, he's older than 18. He's got to be in his 20s. I think it's 2016, 13, or 12. I think 12. And then 8 or 10, 8. And I lose count. There's too many of them. But the youngest is a year, I think. A year and something months. I always ask, like, I'll ask the parents or the kid, and then if I can't afford it, then I ask the parents. I'm like, well, I can't afford that, so what do I do? And usually there's something. And then for like those that are like married, it's usually a family gift. And I've done that too. Ooh. Those are fun. Can't carry me through. Newborns. I don't like holding newborns, but once they get a personality in them, that's when it's fun. One of my younger great nieces got her first tooth today. So that's cool. I am not going to get my wish for my birth for Christmas, but oh well. Scared of what? Oh, nice. That's a place I've never been. Oh, not. I'm not being mean. How am I being mean? I don't know. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I do a lot of nature conservation stuff on this channel. At least for lives. The videos are all reviews of that stuff. Stuff like this. My other channel is all nature stuff. Plants, animals, dinosaurs. Maybe a little bit. I'm afraid of breaking them or dropping them. I mean, everybody says babies bounce, but I don't think they're meant to. Although the good thing is, though, is that I'm not 6 feet or 6'2" or 6'3". I'm a lot closer to the ground, but still. The fright is there. I like them to be a couple months old before I hold them. Then it's all good. Why is that? I wouldn't worry about it carrying me through. I don't, yeah, I sit down too when I can. Sometimes, though, you get that one kid that just doesn't want to be sitting down. And then you have to stand with them. Or they go for my glasses. That's even more fun. I really miss my animals. Oh no, you know what I got a lot of, though? I got to babysit a lot. Changing diapers doesn't bother me. As an uncle, that's like as an uncle, that's something you have to do. I think. That's just me. I don't even know how many of those I've changed. The best thing, though, is when you don't have to, and you can pass it off to somebody else. Like, Mom, here's this kid. Change him. Or better yet, let the parents do it. By the way, the Spooky Channel should have a new story, hopefully Saturday. Oh. Give yourself time. Oh, sorry. My lamp has a brain of its own. I get to do that too. I absolutely dislike getting phone calls when I'm live. It's the most annoying thing ever. Luckily, I don't have to take this one. Yeah, that lamp, I don't know what's up with it. It's nice having it. Oh yeah, kids know phones. Better than some adults do. I'm gonna get rid of the question thing. So, for those of you that are interested, this I'm gonna put up my other channels. 382 subscribers. Woohoo! We're a little bit closer to 500. What am I looking for? I don't know. It bothers me when I go to get something and I can't find it. I'm like trying to find. Trying to find something in my stuff and I can't find it. So this is my main channel. If anybody is interested. And then if you like spooky or slightly spooky stuff, I say slightly spooky because it's not really spooky, but it is slightly spooky. And you are under no obligation to follow. Yeah, PG spooky. That's it. That's a good way to explain it. Only because I do have kids that come into it, and I can't have it super spooky. We'll see what happens now that I know I'm starting to. That is the spooky channel, I think. Oh, if you click on those links, it'll give you it's. So hold on. The spooky channel is the Boneyard Scribe. And the other channel is really simple. It's just. I did it again. I don't know what I hit. No, a little slightly spooky. But I think I do have more new posts. There's nothing there. Not yet. Mom, we're having chili. I think. It's cooking. I can smell it. But it's not time yet. We started late. I'm waiting for the day that I can go live on that channel. Ooh, that does sound good. I'm not a big fan of lasagna, but that does sound good. I have to come up with something for Tuesday. Or something for Friday. I could do breakfast. Ratatouille? So, eggplants? Hi, Cohen. Enright 222. That is something I'm not totally. I'm expanding my horizons a little bit. Eggplant is one of those foods that I'm working on. It's like a vegetable. Is it main dish, I'm assuming? Okay. I have a book. I need to use it way more than I do. It's a one-person cookbook. Excuse me. But this one has a recipe for chicken curry. But I think I would need a lot more ingredients for it. But that sounds really, really good. Cohen, you do not tell my moderator no. That is not a thing. I don't understand. That's a lot of food. That seems like, tell me this doesn't sound like a lot of food. This is a one-person cookbook. I get having extra food left over, but a 2-pound boned shoulder. Sounds like a lot of meat. A pound of potatoes. That sounds like a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't. That's not to me single person eating. Of course, if you do it right, like if you cooked your meat separately, no, Irish stew, yeah. I mean, if you cooked your meat separately, you could do something else with it. And I get that. Or freeze it. Yeah, I guess you could freeze it. I just don't like. I can do leftovers, but like my idea of leftovers, like when I make my chicken breast, when I do my chicken breast, I do it in such a way that if I don't finish it all, it becomes pulled pork. So the recipe. Oh, I gotta find it. It calls for a 2-pound boned shoulder of lamb, but 2 pounds or 4 neck of lamb chops. Trim 1 pound of potatoes and 1 carrot and a bay leaf. And 1 1/4 cup of lamb stock or vegetable stock. Still, though, that sounds like a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. A lot of what I eat, I have to admit, I don't cook a whole lot either, but sometimes it's fun. I'm all for leftovers, but like I said, my idea of leftovers is when I have my chicken, when I make my chicken breast, it turns into something else the next day. Rather it's um a pulled pork or pulled barbecued pulled chicken or I don't know, something else. A chicken quesadilla or something. That is true. That is true. CF? I have no idea what CF is. I have two dishes that I've sort of mastered, crepes and that chicken. The only problem is ugh, the only problem is by the time I've cooked the chicken, ooh, did you like it? Yeah, I tend to do them for breakfast, but you can do them. The nice thing about crepes is they're really versatile, depending upon how you make them. Yeah. Ooh. Cohen, don't start. Just join the conversation without emojis. It's not, we're not asking you to do something that's terrible. I don't know. My guess is age without looking at the profile. That would be my guess. Not a problem. So, how much is 8 ounces? That's not much, but you can definitely tell that this cookbook was done in England or in the UK. Mexican bean chowder. What? Spelling what? Mexican bean chowder. Oh, gotta go, guys. Thanks for coming in. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Cat's Eye Lover, hope to see you tomorrow on the other channel. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.